This is my dining room. We have reclaimed the table as an actual place we sit and eat meals at. It's been very lovely. I need to reclaim the rest of the space in my dining room. I'm on a mission right now in September to reclaim spaces in my home that have become cluttered and just built up this summer. And I'm starting in this dining room here today. I do not know if I'll be able to get to it all. In my head, I pulled everything that's on the floor that I want in another part of the home or to donate onto the table and deal with it. And when I took a deep breath, I realized my energy and my interest in a project like that is not a match for that approach. Sometimes it works for me. It's very motivating to put it all in one spot and just deal with it and spend 2 hours just doing it. That's not where I am today. So I've decided to show you the whole section of the dining room. My goal is this bit right here. This table doesn't belong here. Let me show where it used to be. There. However, this is a entryway for us, the garage, and we kept bumping into the table here, and the dogs were really excited to see us, and the table was causing a bottleneck getting into the house. So I moved it here. In an effort to not make a decision about it at that time, other than just remove the bottleneck, I put it here. That was 2 weeks ago, and now we've started using it as if it lives here. It doesn't. I want this table to move up to our bedroom. Andy hung some pictures on the wall and it would look beautiful underneath there. Maybe a vase of flowers or something. My second thought, I really had 3 thoughts, okay? That was my first thought, was to put it in the bedroom right when you walk in. It's kind of just like a nice thing because there's like random pictures on the wall. It would sort of anchor it if it had a little console table underneath. My second thought was to put it in the basement because essentially I chose that place because I was looking for some place to put this. I chose the bedroom. So the second thought was put it in the basement because it doesn't have a home right now. My third thought was just get rid of it. Why are you moving into the basement to deal with later? Just donate it or sell it. I like this table quite a bit, and this is not our forever home. It may have a location in our next home that I really like, which is why I was going to move it into the basement and save it for a different house or season of life in this house. But I'm going to try it up in the bedroom and just see how it works. To do that, I need to clear it off and find homes for everything that's there. Okay, I'm going to work bottoms up. Bottoms. This is a box of gifts for 2 girls' birthdays that are coming up. I need to wrap them. One of them I need to ship, and the other one I need to hang on to until 3 weeks from now. So that's just a to-do, and then that box goes away. In digging out my fall decorations box, I unearthed a stack of Halloween books. We read them every year. I had them on my coffee table. The kids kept kicking them off onto the floor. So I was like, well, this is not the right place. If I tuck them on a shelf, I probably won't read them, which is just part of who I am. I have to see it to know that I have it. It's just my personality that I've been learning to lean into after 4 years of decluttering, that if I don't see it, I don't know that I just won't use it. So that's why they ended up on this table. For now, I'm just gonna put them on the dining room table where I have them right now and give it a little bit of thought. Okay, I thought about it. I have a good idea. Only because I looked right there with the plants. Should we do it? Let's try it. Ooh. Could it work? Could be cute. Let's give it some space like this. There's a bunch of dirt that's spilled. I don't know, what do you think? It's kind of cute, right? I know, I have to deal with the dirt. Add it to the list. And if I deal with it right now, you're witnessing like undiagnosed ADHD in action. If I deal with this right now, I will be completely off task of doing the thing that I want to do. So I have to stick with this. Okay. I unpacked this when we moved here 2 years ago. You guys remember? Somebody told me it's called, I forget what, St. Albert's or something, and that it's actually valuable. So I hung on to it. It's been sitting in the basement ever since, and I brought it up to use it as our Yoto bowl. Kids, grandkids, get them a Yoto for Christmas. Seriously, my kids are obsessed with this. So this is the Yoto Mini. Comes with headphones and a daisy chain so you can connect multiple wireless headphones. And then I bought this as their card case. And they have all their little Yoto cards in here. I'll make your own one. And then we also own some of the books for the Yoto cards. And I got this one from the library. And the kids read along and it just plays the card. So right now my 6-year-old is on chapter 5, Chicken Little. He takes out the card, he plops it in, turns it on, and he reads along with it. So basically it's reading to him.
Digital present The Chicken Squad, the first misadventure.
But it's been one of the best additions to our homeschool this year is to have a Yoto. This is our Yoto bowl. So I have to find a home for it. I don't want it to be the dining room. I don't want it to be the dining room. I don't want it to be. It can be the dining room. I was really hoping to have kept this clear. It didn't work out that way. The end. So for now, the Yoto bowl is just gonna live here. And it kind of works because I want this upstairs on the table we're taking upstairs. And then I can slide this over. Kind of like this. And then it holds up their portfolios. It works for now. It's fine for now. Because I don't have a designation for this stuff yet. When I was setting up the schoolroom, I knew I wanted to keep this process. This system works for us. This is our turn-in bin, everything that they finish, and they're different kinds of paper. We do 2 art projects a week, and we wanted to keep that paper organized. That system works really well. I just really don't have a space for it here in our schoolroom right now. This is just stuff that belongs elsewhere. Kids' drawings, books that belong back onto the shelf, coloring. This needs to have a home, a place. This is, the kids use these every single day. So they have 2 checklists each day. We call it the Mario checklist and the Luigi checklist. The Mario checklist, they take care of their body and their stuff. And the Luigi checklist, they take care of their parts of the house that they need to help with. And then they have an allowance checklist that gets reset each week. And they can choose chores to do and get paid for the chores, that they can use money to cash in for games that they like. Usually there's a pencil and a dry erase marker that lives there. I don't know where it went. Anyway, this system works. This system needs to have a home. It's not this table. So another system that works in our house is this binder to get out the door. So my kids complete checklists to get themselves ready to get out the door. I'm gonna add those pages to it. Doesn't that make perfect sense? I'm so excited. Allowance thing in the front. They have their marker. It seems like they've been keeping it in the front pocket. That works for me. I need to get a rag to clean that off, but yeah. Yay! Isn't that great? I just like put 2 systems together. So perfect. Anyway, do you want to see it? This works so good. Okay. And then they have a checklist for each thing that gets them out to the door for stuff. My 9-year-old doesn't use this as often now. He's got a pretty good handle on what he needs to do, but he does have ADHD. And My daughter also has ADHD, and so this helps her big time get organized and get her things done, and I don't have to do the things for her. She does them. And then I have a checklist for my 6-year-old as well. So this is just our little system, one of the ways that we help with executive functioning in our house. All right, the table is clear. Before I allow myself to take that upstairs and do what I want to do with it, I have to deal with this. I'm going to force myself to finish the job. Okay, let's keep it easy, okay? Books that just go on the shelves, upstairs, upstairs, downstairs, downstairs. Okay, throw anything out that they want to keep, and I'll just put it up here on the line. This goes upstairs in the homeschool closet. This goes on my daughter's desk. In just this little bit of time we've been spending together, I decided I don't like this. I don't like the vibe. I don't like the energy it's putting out for the dining room. So I am going to want to change that. This right now. Ooh. I can do hard things. 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 I'm okay. Yeah, right? Like, cute. What do you think? I like it. It's not bad. Hi guys. I see you on your bed. I'm so sorry. Now I've got open space on a dirty wall, but that's okay. It's open space. We're all right. We're all right. Open space is nice. It took me a long time to get used to that. When I first started decluttering and organizing and getting rid of stuff, I would end up with an empty shelf, an empty wall, and my immediate feeling was to repurpose that space and put something there. And now I enjoy open space. I'm gonna let this live like this for the time being and see if anything surfaces as a purpose or a need. But for now, that was my goal, was to clear off this wall. Okay, I decided to work my way around the room clockwise for my new open space that I have. And in doing so, that means I need to deal with the shelf and the mess that I made on a different day. Work smarter, not harder. Moving clockwise, this would be my next section to tackle. Okay. Oh. Okay, when I pulled this up, I realized what I had in here. So these are just watercolor books and extra. This is my art book. I haven't opened it yet this year, but kids' extra sketchbooks. And then I knew what I was going to find in here. This is Andy's old DVD player, but the kids use it to watch these Leapfrog DVDs. And it got me thinking, they have this, and they have the Yodo, and then down there they have Ozmo. Well, the first question I asked myself is, do we actually need 3 different learning electronic games like that? I'm gonna keep Leapfrog because my daughter is super into it, and math is a area in which she can use all the help she can get. So Leapfrog is staying. It's one way that she absorbs math concepts at her age, and so that's sticking. Ozmo is, my kids play it at least once a week, if not more. So they're actively using it. They just designed a coating thing with coating jam. The boys did at the table the other day. That feels like a keep right now. And Yodo is new and they're using it regularly, several times a week. So if all three feel like a keep. They also have one of my old iPhones that's connected to the internet but not connected to service, and they listen to podcasts on that. And I feel like I want to centralize those activities organizationally, and so that they could take one thing and use it and then put it back and get something else. Question is just, where do I put it and how do I organize it? So I want to centralize those activities. My first thought was the open space that I just created. Ooh, I could put it here. No. Could be a family room. Now that I'm saying that, I want it out of the dining room. I don't think it needs to be in the schoolroom. Could I put it in the family room? That's a toy shelf. It could go in bins on the toy shelf, right? Did I put this balloon in my pocket? I guess I did. I do that. Do you walk around your house and then you find something that's trash or whatever and you put it in your pocket to throw away later? And then you're like, when did I get a balloon in my pocket? Okay, I'm losing steam. I'm stuck and I'm overcomplicating it. I'm overcomplicating it. Say that again, Erica. You're overcomplicating it, Erica. Thank you. I'm just sitting here contemplating how I want to organize it and where it wants to be. And I shouldn't be thinking through organization until I've actually decided where it's going to live in the house. And I'm really struggling with that decision. And it feels pretty difficult for some reason. And I can't figure out the difficulty of why I can't decide where it should go. That usually helps me if I figure out why I'm stuck on something. That usually helps me power through it. All right, name the stress, name the calm, name the solution. The stress is, I want the kids to have autonomy and to be able to just get these things out and use them on their own and put them back in the spot that they go to. I'm stressed because these things don't have a home. They're just existing, and they end up attracting clutter and other messes to them. They magnetize. Those are my stresses. My calm would be a really organized, simple system for these kinds of learning tools that we have in the house. Yodo, Osmo, and Leapfrog. A really simple system that they can independently use. The solution would be something easy for them to get in and out, something simple with handles, something clear so they can see what's inside, or at a minimum labeled really well and big so that they see the word and in their brains like, oh yes, I do want to play Osmo today. So these things don't sit around and collect dust. Part of the stress is that it's in the dining room on the floor. I don't love that vibe. I don't mind if they play in the dining room as long as they put it away. So that means it could go in any of the adjoining rooms because they could certainly walk a room to play. It would need to be on a shelf or a flat surface for them to be able to easily pull out and put back. That again is pointing to that toy shelf. I think that's where it goes, because it is like, they use it like toys. Like they would pull the Lego bin in and play out Legos, they pull out the Osmo bin and play Osmo. So it's in a general category that requires the same action of the children. Taking it out, easy handles, see-through, playing with it, cleaning it up, and putting it back in its spot. Okay, so it goes on the toy shelf. Okay, that makes sense. That's fine to store in the family room because then they just play with it at the white table, usually in the breakfast table. Okay, do I have the right bins? I'm feeling pretty good about talking through this. Do I have the right bins for this? Meaning, are they the same bins I already have, the toy bins? I kind of like them all the same because it's cohesive to my brain, and I think it's cohesive to the children's brain to see through the things and have them labeled clearly. I actually could stand to do with bigger labels. I just use my tiny label maker. Now, do I have the bins? Now that I'm talking it through, do I have the bins? Let's go look. I got them from Container Store. I'm going to use something temporary to accomplish this mission, and then I'll get the bins that'll make my brain happy because it'll all look the same. Okay, I don't love it, but functionally it makes sense to me right now. And I'm missing a toy bin that's of this large size I got from the Container Store. It's probably in one of the kids' bedrooms. I just have to kind of look around. And a small one ended up getting used on the end as well. That needs to be traded out so they're all the same size for me aesthetically. Up here, I've got the learning devices, and I found a fourth one too that I forgot they had. So we have Yodo, Leapfrog. This belongs with this, it's Osmo. The bigger bins may be able to pull that together. And then they also have Happy Atoms, which they play on the school iPad, which is basically the first version of the iPad mini. It's so old, but it still works. Anyway, it's Happy Atoms, and they build molecules, and they're scientists, and my boys in particular have been obsessed with that lately. So it organizes here as part of play, which I like. And this doesn't count as device time to me when they play with these things in particular, because they're not just like playing Minecraft or Roblox or something. So I gotta find the missing bin, trade out that one, and live with this for a little while. If I like it, I may find some bins that aren't see-through, but could have some really nice labels on it as the top shelf organization, just because, I don't know, you walk into here and you're kind of like, what is that? I mean, I guess it looks organized somewhat. I don't know, I have to live with it. So I used storage that I had. I didn't buy new storage. I organized it by task or electronics. And we'll see if the kids end up using it this way. If they use this system of organization well, then I'll find something that's a little more aesthetic to me. I mean, I don't know if the kids particularly care about the size of bins. They just, when they want to play Osmo, they want to know where it is. Okay, so in this process of the dining room, I have ended up with this empty bin, which is the Happy Atoms, this empty bin, which was Osmo and is now in another bin, this empty basket, which was Leapfrog. But all of it is out of the dining room, and I used what I had, and these empty bins can be moved into the basement. So that's pretty awesome. I'm feeling really good about it, because I'm now gonna finish decluttering the floor because I can. This is sad. This is just stuff that used to be on my kitchen counter like 6 weeks ago, and I shoved into this bin in an effort to clear the kitchen counter behind me, and then never dealt with it. Because it was buried under the other bins, and if I don't see it, I forget it. Okay, so it's going onto the table to be dealt with. Now, let me show you where we're at, clockwise. Okay, open space now, table's gone. I cleaned up the plant shelf. Found a home for the Halloween books. This area is now off the floor, which is really nice. I mean, it's on the table, but we'll get there. This is working. These are just all of our art supplies. We do a lot of art projects. Okay, this is easy. Empty bin goes in the basement, lids go in the basement. That photo thingy is gonna go in the basement too, because I'm not dealing with photographs right now. It's just too sad for me and I don't wanna do it. Okay, Scrabble and Monopoly. These are humongous boards for board games. I don't have a home for them. They're big games. We definitely play Monopoly and Scrabble. I just don't know where to put them. Where do you put humongous board games in your house? Like, I could downsize the Scrabble and just get one of the small Scrabbles that fits on the game shelf. However, this was my mom's Scrabble that she gifted to us, and I'm never gonna get rid of it now. And the Monopoly was gifted to me by my stepdad 20 years ago. It's from the Franklin Mint. They don't even make that one anymore. So I don't wanna get rid of either of them. I don't want them on the floor of my dining room. All of our board games are stored in the dining room on this shelf. Places that these games have lived in the past. Under our bed in our primary bedroom. Under the cedar chest in the dining room. Under the bookshelves in the homeschool room. These are art packs, take time for art packs that go with our history program. I have it all mapped out in the curriculum. I don't have to store these in the homeschool room, the dining room. I'm actually gonna store these in our hall closet because I've marked with Post-it notes for each one of these projects in our curriculum. So I don't need these out and available to remember that I have them. So in our closet, I just put it on this bottom shelf and I installed tons of storage space too. Books and watercolor books. These can find a home in the schoolroom. And then this is just a tray like the kids build Legos on to keep the Legos contained, or like Play-Doh projects or that kind of a thing. I'm gonna tuck it down here. My mother made these placemats. I'm not using them right now, but doesn't mean I won't. I have a cabinet in the kitchen for placemats. What is the rest of this junk? I'm just gonna make a pile for trash. Barbie. This is my husband's. This all goes up in her room. And I'm gonna put this in the trash. For my husband and in the placemats cabinet. This is a bit of stuff that was on my kitchen table a month and a half ago. I do not have the wherewithal to go through this at this time. Most of this actually looks like garbage. Okay, I'm just gonna put, I know these are garbage. Garbage. Picture. Papers I need. I'm just gonna start a pile for papers I need. This goes in my car. Okay, these are all Father's Day cards. Father's Day cards. So that should tell you that it's been longer than a month and a half that it's been in here. All right, trash, trash. This is all stuff that needs to go into the schoolroom. This is trash. And this goes on my desk. Cool. I'm just gonna put this in the schoolroom. This is trash. I cleared that space. I do need to deal with the section under here and figure out where I want to put those in the house that's not there, and then get that trash off the floor. Some bins that need to go into the basement. This is photos that need to go in the basement. I had aspirations to organize 6 photo bins. It has not happened. And I need to be honest with myself. I'm not in that place in life to deal with that. So I'm just gonna put it back in the basement. Got the clutter pretty much out of there, right? Looks so much better. And then this side, way better. There's nothing there. All of that was rehomed or trashed. It's good. It's better. That's better. And then I'm gonna ask my husband to put all of this in the basement. And now this dining room is a whole lot better. There was like, what, 6 bins of stuff that has been put elsewhere in the house or trashed. Dining room is feeling better. More like a dining room space. Like a place where we play games and we eat meals and do art. Here, baby. Take the whole bin, hon. Put your iPad here. And then take the whole bin to the table. You want to do it at the white table or the brown table?
There.
Okay.
Easter egg?
Mm.
No. Everything.
Okay. All right. Thanks for being here. I'm really glad you shared part of your day with me and accomplished some open space. And here's another video. Take care.